What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about accessories, but specifically watches. So I've got a few watches in and new ones, and I'm also going to show off my collection now. I do think with regards to accessories, watches are probably the best accessory you can have. Also, they're practical, i.e. they tell the time. Right, so without further ado, what a horrible phrase, I'm going to show you the new ones to my collection, and then I'll show you the entire collection itself. Now, this one is from a dealer called Anthony James of London. I've never actually heard of them before, but they had a piece that I found quite fascinating. It's what you would call a skeleton watch, and so basically you can see the entire, let me get this up proper, the entire mechanisms of said watch. Sorry about the reflection, but I think it's the watch itself. So that's one of my latest pieces. I do like it, it's quite good. Now the next two, we will be opening them together, and I'll be seeing for the first time if they're that good in the flesh. Now, believe it or not, as life would have it, this is another watch from the same company. Let me get the rubber band off. Anthony James. Funny enough, someone on Facebook posted a message that avoid, and I asked him, that's fine, but what are your reasons for saying that? And he never did get back to me. Ooh, I like this. Oh, I've got to get the cellophane wrap off. Right, this is a beast mode watch. It is heavy. Right, let me get the cellophane wrap off so you can see it properly. Sometimes I don't know why they put these things in a pain to get rid of. Right, there you go. Oh, and it's a rubber strap, which I'm not a fan of, but there you go. So still getting the reflection. I do apologize about that, and the glare, but yeah, that's the latest. It's a very heavy watch. I like the fact it's analog and digital at the same time. So if you look towards, well, it will be my left, probably your right. Like that, you can see the digital incorporations in the watch. It's got a rubber strap. Let's have it. You can see the strap, which also got this. I don't know how you would describe this. Like metal inserts, basically. And yeah, and that's fairly heavy. So that's that. Now the one I'm quite excited about is this one. Let's have a look. Let's get that in the box. Oh god, when you need scissors, they're not to be found. Right, so I've got my, surprised it's a plain black watch. Got my invoice, which we don't need, and let's see which way this will go. So it's going to go this way, or maybe not. Yeah, right, there we go. And this one is an AX watch, basically Armani Exchange, which was under the house of Armani itself, but I think they were trying to catch the youth market. Right, and it does, let's get this out. It's got this huge booklet, which I don't know what I would need that for. Check this out, an encyclopedia. Right, okay, so does it have those annoying stickers? Yeah, it does. I'm gonna take that off. Okay, looking at this, oh, the strap is so soft, even though it's rubber. This is a beautiful watch. I like this. It's white, it stands out. it's got some, it's a bit like the watch I just showed you, funny enough, it's just completely different color, rubber strap. What I like about this is that on the strap they have inserted, if you can see that, Armani Exchange. It's very, very light though for what looks like a fairly big watch. Very light. I like the fact that it's white because it stands out. I'm actually going to put this on my wrist, so let's see what it looks like on. This is probably the third white watch I have. Let's see. Okay, that kind of really stands out on the wrist, and I think you could wear anything with this watch. It wouldn't really matter. Yeah, it's got a very sporting kind of look as well. Right, so I wouldn't classify myself as a serious watch collector. The watches I tend to collect, I get them because there's usually, it's either for the color or there's usually something different about them. I've got a very good friend, Ian. Now, Ian is a serious watch collector. He's got a few pieces that I think, wow. He's also the one that kind of inspired me to store my watches properly. And so I got this very nice case from Amazon, and the only thing I don't like about it is that it's bulky, which would be fine if I was just having one, but the way my collection is growing at the moment, I'm going to have more than one. Now I'm going to readjust the camera angle so that you can see it, so you're not going to see me probably for the rest of the, until the end of the video. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause the video and then change the angle. So one moment. Whoops. Okay, welcome back, compadres. Now this is the box I was talking about that stores it. I'm just going to open it up, and there you go. Now, none of the watches I tend to purchase are expensive at all, but they're usually unusual. One of my favorite watches is this one. This is a toy watch which was very popular about 15 years ago. It was basically, it was a replica of the Rolex, and the idea was people kept their expensive watches at home and wore this. Now, those who know me well, I used to go through a phase where, believe it or not, all I wore was blue. Everything was blue, so I had to get this watch. One of my friends who runs a fashion house called something about Elizabeth, Umair, he was the one who turned me on to the toy watch. He had a pink one. This was a guy who has such an understated sense of style. He was really cool. Shout out to Umair and something about Elizabeth. This is my Snoopy watch, which is one of my faves. It's a Timex. I just like it, and it goes with my Snoopy bracelet. I've got a few. This is from a watch house called Ulam. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that well, but they make some very unusual watches. As you can see, this has 3 time zones. So there's always a reason behind why I purchase a watch. For instance, this is a Swatch which I've probably had for about 20 years. What I liked about this was the Japanese inscriptions. Now, the strap, the original strap, was amazing. It was kind of Japanese inspired. Unfortunately, wear and tear, I had to replace it. This is another watch from the Ulam family. Like you can see, 3 time zones. This one is a statement piece. I always get comments about this one. This is really unusual. That's my, I think I've got 3 Casio G-Shocks. That's my white one, and that's the blue one. Now, what I like about the black one, sorry, is that if you can see clearly, I'll see if I can get this focus. There's a paisley design. Let me see if I can bring that closer, and you probably can. Sorry about the glare, the reflection. It's got a paisley design. that was my reason for getting that. Now, I don't buy expensive watches. I think the most expensive watch I've got is this one, which I probably bought about 20 years ago, give or take. I can get it out. Right, so Raymond Well, an original Raymond Well. At the time, this cost me just under £700. Now, the ironic thing about this watch is, without any conversation with my father, he actually bought the same watch, which I found rather bizarre. Yeah, so we did actually have the same watch, which was weird because we didn't like discuss it. Say, hey, Pops, I'm gonna get a Raymond Well. Do you want one? No, it was just a coincidence. He actually gave me that one as well, so I have two of these, and he also gave me what was probably one of my favorite watches, the Seiko Lazao. It's extremely thin. I wish I could show it to you, but I have misplaced it. It's not lost, just misplaced. This is the Russian inspired watch by Ulam. This is a large watch, probably my largest watch. Anytime I wear this, it always attracts attention. Lovely watch, not expensive at all, just different, which is kind of what I tend to do. I tend to like watches that are different. Whoops, I'm trying not to turn the case over. I wanted to show you something slightly unusual, which is there we go. It's my Joker watch. And as you can see, you see the Joker kind of bound and gagged. And then it's showing him in jail. So you've got the bars that cover the watch, just illustrating the Joker being in jail. And then you've got Arkham Asylum with his prison number, and then you've got a mauve strap, which, yeah. So what does this say? Yeah, same thing. So I saw this on the internet. I said that now I've got to have this because, yep, it's different. So basically, all in all, I probably have, not including the ones that are not actually here, I probably have around, this takes 20, I probably have around 30 watches. I just like collecting them. And like I said, I don't have expensive watches. The Raymond Well is my most expensive one. This one, which I don't wear a lot, it's an automatic. This was a birthday present from a friend of mine, Liz. Liz, I have a funny feeling you're not subscribed to the channel, so thank you for the birthday watch. I think you gave me this probably about 10 years ago. If you're watching, Liz, subscribe to the channel. It's a big watch, big heavy watch. And yeah, I think that's about it. The only other watch that I have that I would love to get is a tag. Now, I wanted a tag when Andre Agassi, the tennis player, used to be the face of tag, and I thought, oh, whoops, battery showing closed, sorry. When Andre was playing tennis in his heyday, and I'm just going to pause this for a minute so I can change the angle. Voila, back again. When Andre was playing tennis, so I did at the time, that's the power of advertising, because I don't even think I liked the watches per se. I liked the fact that Andre was associated with the watches. And when I look at tags now, I can't find one I actually like, but and they're expensive. You're looking at an average price of about £1,300, so they're not cheap watches at all. But if I do find one I like, I probably will invest in it, maybe set up an installment plan or something. One last thing I wanted to say is one of the most prestigious watches in the world is a Rolex. And unless someone gave me a Rolex for free, which is not going to happen, I don't know if I'll ever buy a Rolex, only because the design of your average Rolex is so common and has been stolen from so many different watches. If we go back to my toy watch, for instance, This is a replica of the Rolex design. Everyone knows this design. It's been copied by so many different watch houses: Tissot, Seiko, Omega. They've all copied this particular design, which is not to say the design is not nice, but it goes against what I strongly believe in. I hate things that are common. It's just a me thing, but I like the unusual, the rather bizarre, eccentric, if you want to call it. But I'm not a big fan of anything that's common. So unless someone gave me one as a present, I don't think I would ever buy a Rolex. But that's my small, modest watch collection. And like I said, the what keeps me going is just collecting unusual watches, or watches that are different. Also, I do this thing which might be seen as a fad, but it's also a way for me to show off my watches, is that I double wrist, as in made famous recently by what's his name again? The guy who hosted the last Oscars, Richard E. Grant. He wore a watch on each wrist. One of those watches was given to him by his father, and kept the time, I think, or the time zone of Swaziland. So I do tend to do that as well, and even if I don't do it because it's fashionable to do. I do it because it gives me an excuse to wear more than one watch, and thus have a way of, for want of a better phrase, showing off my watches. But like I said, most of them are, I would consider, slightly unusual, but they're not, apart from, they're not expensive. Like I said, my most expensive watch comes in at just under £700. I need to service that as well. Yeah, so that's the episode for today. Housekeeping, please subscribe, and apologies in advance for those who are paying attention. The unfortunate bum crack reveal in the last episode. Those who were paying attention will know what I was talking about. I blame Fotini, my friend. So like I said, thank you very much for watching. The Joburg episode will be coming soon. I just need to finish up the editing. Probably tomorrow I might actually have another episode, only because I've got a small perfume haul, which I want to open, and for selfish reasons I actually want to smell some of them, because these are not necessarily blind buys. They were colognes that were recommended, so I just want to see what they smell like. And on that note, trying to keep the episode under 10 minutes. I'm not sure if I've succeeded in that, but thank you very much for watching, compadres. Hopefully we'll see tomorrow when I upload my next video. Au revoir for now.